What have you learned about the language of masculine and feminine? Is not one that I am super familiar with, and I think maybe part of it is that there's a good amount of shame attached to that, as you suggested. Like, what man? It's cool to say attuned, connected, dropped in, aware, transcending, including, like Wilberian language type stuff. As a guy, like that still feels, it's the same as Joe's vulnerability definition, right? It still feels like kind of strong, but to say, oh, I need to embrace my feminine energy, like, go fuck.
As a man, you're supposed to be like this absolute powerful stoic entity who doesn't experience any feminine energy, but that doesn't make sense at all, because if I'm gonna cuddle a baby, if I'm gonna hold a baby, if I have a daughter and I'm playing with my daughter, if I'm engaging with some small little animal or something like this, I'm not gonna be all masculine. I'm not gonna be masculine with the baby. I'm not gonna be masculine with my daughter. I'm most likely gonna be quite playful and things like this. I'm gonna embody some of that energy. And everybody has two sorts of energies. There's masculine and feminine energies, which exist within all of us. Apparently, creativity is a feminine energy, and discipline is a masculine energy, which would imply women are inherently more creative than men, which would make sense seeing as their brains seem to be more hardwired to emotion than ours. But I'm digressing. The fact is, nobody is just one thing. And there's this weird thing where as men, it's like, ooh, we cannot speak about that. No, I'm not going to embrace my feminine energy. But if it's the same as like being connected, if it's the same as dropping in, who cares?
This is the critique that men have of their wives and girlfriends. She's so irrational. We are irrational. I think this is one of the big tricks that men play on themselves, is they pretend that the women in their lives and they project all of the irrationality onto them. How irrational is it to try to get more and more and more money and more status past a certain point? That is hyper irrational. Like, to what end are you?
You have proved to yourself that the thing that you are attaining is not the thing that makes you happy, and yet you're still trying to attain more of it.
Deeply irrational.
Well done, dude. Yeah, super fucking clever.
So those pieces, feminine, irrational, singing, dancing, flowing, enjoying one's body, right? I think even from what I hear and have experienced with myself, part of what men get out of their sexual relationships is many times they're able to be with someone that is more capable of pleasure than they are. And they're able to vicariously participate in the pleasure, and they're making it happen. And that's good enough for them. Now, they're not experiencing it at the same full body level that their partner is perhaps capable, but they're close to it.
Well, think about that. You know, if you want to really fucking point the finger at guys, how many guys during sex treat sex as another business that they need to successfully exit?
Yeah.
Well, if I can go through this particular sequence of steps, and you know, in the past I've managed to build and exit a similar business in this particular way. So I've got a blueprint, and I got a few tricks up my sleeve that I can deploy in this way. It's like, oh, not only did you turn your video game Hades 2 into a business and that you had to optimize, but you turned this thing which is supposed to be like loving presence into a business that you're supposed to build and exit.
Something I've said time upon time again is that it seems quite clear to me that women enjoy sex way more than men. And then people say, no, what you're talking about, men don't know what they're doing in bed and blah, blah, blah. But an example I've always given is you got a man and a woman and they're together and they're getting down and dirty. They are both enjoying it to the fullest extent that they're capable of. That woman is clearly going to enjoy it more than the man. Like, I have experienced women going into states that I have never been able to experience myself and never will. You probably have to. And if not, you need to work on that aspect of your game. This is probably true for you too. But at a very young age, by the time I was 13 or 14, I learned that if I was selfish in bed, and granted at that age I weren't in bed with anybody, but still, that was a terrible thing. I was hearing teenage girls laughing at guys not knowing what they were doing in the bedroom, putting it in the wrong hole, all of this kind of stuff. That gave me some real fear. So then, like they're saying here, it's like, all right, so this is something that needs to be navigated, because you can't do it the wrong way. You got to do it correctly. You have to do it right. And there's all sorts of pressure, and that pressure disconnects you from the experience. On the one hand, you're male and you don't enjoy it as much as she does anyway, right? We're not like explository, let's say. But then on the other hand, you're there focused on checking the boxes to make sure you do it right, which takes you out of the experience.
What I've seen in myself that I believe could be a pattern, at least with some men, is the part of what drove early Charisma on Command and early Charlie was deep people pleasing that was particularly directed at women. Like, I was okay if some of the guys didn't like me, but I desperately, desperately wanted women to like me and was willing to shape my habits, my exercise routine, everything to like bring in as much female attention as I could. And I know that experience in sex of like trying to make it good for the other person at a high level, which I didn't realize. If you do that for long enough, you just want to get out of there. I'm tired of just trying to make this other person happy. And it can create, you don't realize it, or I didn't realize it, shadow frustrations, shadow resentments, shadow things, because you don't know, and I've heard you talk about this, you're so obsessed with meaning that you don't know how to access pleasure.
There's been times when I have been doing the deed with women, and because I've been so focused on their experience, and like this isn't like in a one-off situation, this is over time, but over time they have become acclimatized to the fact that it's all about them. And then I could feel that they were starting to act that way, and then I started to resent them for it, when the truth is I'm the one that caused it, because I'm the one that was so 100% focused on them and not really myself in my own place.
If pleasure doesn't come easily to you, you say that pleasure is basically for suckers, and you focus on meaning. It's like, I will grind set my way through life, because the slow accumulation of progress towards something which is supposed to be a well-meaning goal is kind of more reliable, actually, I think, to a lot of men. It's like, it's more objective. It's like, I see where I was on graph yesterday versus today.
It's forward projected. The outcome is the meaning in many ways. Like, I'm fighting for the freedom of my country. It's this, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to break it into smaller steps. We're going to have these little battles on the way. This is persistent and clean, and I'm directed at that thing. Limited
chaos, limited uncertainty.
Pleasure is right now. It's right now.
Do you not feel guilty when you're just enjoying yourself? Because I do. And I know how that sounds. Like, you feel guilty enjoying yourself. Like, bro, enjoy yourself, have fun. Like, WTF, Wagwan, enjoy yourself, bro. But it's like, nah. I used to sit down and play video games all day when I was younger. Like, all day. Like, on the weekend, I would get home and I'd fire up the PlayStation and I would play it from Friday night until Sunday evening. I would just play it the entire weekend. Now, was that overkill? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But the point is this, I'm now in the other end of the spectrum now. So now it's like, if you see me, like, I was talking to a 13-year-old girl the other day, right? So I was out, and then someone's like little niece was there or something like that. So I'm talking to her, I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, my name's Kieran. And she was like, this lovely girl. She's like, hello, my name's Sophie. And like, I'm talking to Sophie. So I said, Sophie, what do you do for fun? And then Sophie goes, I do this, and I look at TikTok, and I do that and that and that. I'm like, great. And then she goes, what do you do? And then I'm like, I meditate. I go to the gym. It's like, I couldn't really tell this girl anything, because I don't even watch Netflix. I think my Netflix subscription is expired. As because my brain is thinking, all right, where are you going? So this action that you're currently taking, where is it leading you to? For instance, I'm making this video. Why? Because I'm growing the channel. But then when I'm enjoying myself, I'm like, well, what the hell are you doing, Kieran? And that's not good at all, because goddamn, you need to have some fun. I'm just saying, be productive, get stuff done, but enjoy yourself to some degree. But this is like the masculine plight, right? Now you're a man, you produce, you know, you get things done, and it can be hard to switch that off.
And so it's this obsession with the masculine thread, I think, in many ways, of future orientation and driving in towards something rather than can I just be present and understand that I can't control it. It's going to leave. And that's okay.
2 examples from my life of your Hades 2 thing. George Mack's 30th birthday in Miami last year, we were playing like foot tennis over a net, and we were playing this game, and I realized that it was competitive but not very beautiful, and I said, okay, well, why don't we change it to be, even though we're on opposite sides of the net, we'll be part of a team, and the goal is to have like the fanciest tricks. Like 2 of the guys are ex-champion freestyle footballers, but neither of them were using their skills. Both of them were trying to win the game. I'm like, I don't want to see who can do this. I want to hand the ball off to the guy that can do 3 round the worlds in a row and like watch him do something and go, fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
And then watch him pass it across the net. So he did that, and as soon as I said it, one of the guys was like, yeah, and then we can like count how many we do, and that can be, I'm like, no, like, you're doing the thing again. You're reverse engineering it. And the second time, it seems to happen around nets, I suppose. The second time I was playing pickleball, a co-ed game with this girl who was 21, and Austin, Texas, me and her versus another guy and girl, and it's 1-1 on games going into best of the final game. And we're like, we've done the little thing where you tap paddles over the top of the net, and we turn around and we're walking back to the baseline. And I'm like, okay, so we need to remember that like when he comes up to the net, he's really bad in his backhand, so we can force that in, but we need to play into the kitchen. The dinks need to be a little bit wider, and we got to do this. And like, look, I'm loving your serves, but we can go with being a little bit deeper in this. She turns to me and she goes, yeah, let's not forget to have fun. I was like, yeah, very good. And that moment of, I can just enjoy what's happening right now. Sure, there are times, if you're a neurosurgeon, probably the in-moment enjoyment of what you're doing, that's not the time for it. But, and this is where I think the definition of success that I mentioned earlier on is a really important piece. You can go through life trying to optimize for maximum outcomes, like maximum objective success. Like other people can see it, I can touch it, feel it, put it in a photo album or a bank account or a follower number or whatever online. But you will peer over the present moment's shoulder a lot, looking for what's coming next. The hypervigilance will cause you to never really have your mind rest where your feet are. I'm seeing this with my live shows. I'm on tour at the moment, playing Regent Theatre this Saturday in LA. And I can go out on stage and do my show at like as close to perfect as I can get and never be there.
My brain will constantly move the goalposts. Constantly. So like, there was a time when I was overweight. And when I was overweight, I wanted to be in shape, right? When I was overweight, I would have killed or at least contemplated murder to look like I currently do now. But once I actually created this body and looked like I do now, which was some years ago, but whatever, it's like whatever. And then like I'm looking at Simeon Panda or like IG fitness models or whatever, and I'm like, but you know, I don't look like them. It's like, you know what I mean? Then I wanted to make more money, right? Because I was broke. Right, cool, I'm broke, I want more money, right? But then I got more money, significantly more money. But then once I got significantly more money, now like, yeah, but you know, I could actually have even more. What about that amount of money? I ain't got that amount of money. Here's a story I've told a few times, but I used to be like unable to attract ladies, right? So I got into the pickup scene. And then after some learning and some studying and some trial and error, I got better and better and better. Now, the long and short of it was, there was a day when I had relations with 2 female individuals in the same day, which was the kind of thing that previous me would have been hoping, praying for, that kind of thing. When that thing happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel exactly the same way. Exactly. This is like, you know, what am I doing? So as men, what we need to do is like, you got to enjoy the journey. So it's like you're striving to grow your business. Realize that once your business is grown, you'll be happy for like half an hour and then you'll set a new milestone. So actually just enjoy growing it. Enjoy like being in the trenches. Like playing a video game, you know, when you play Street Fighter, for those of you who do, if you do play Street Fighter, let me know in the comments. Because I've been playing Street Fighter since like 1991, but that's neither here nor there. When you're playing Street Fighter, you're enjoying playing the game. Yes, you want to win, but the fun is actually playing the game. And we're going to treat life the same way.
I'm not there. I'm not at the show. And in some ways, maybe that's part of a flow state. But I think even within like the flow stateness, like when you lose yourself in it, you're not fully like, this rules. Like this fucking rules. So you have to, I found for me, there are moments where in the set, I can pause and be like, for just like 2 seconds, I'm like, fuck, I'm there. And when I look back, this is how I kind of know that it's working at least a little bit. This is super white belt, like fresh clay shit. But that's what I remember. I don't remember delivering the lines. I don't necessarily even remember the laughs, or I remember incidents where that break the pattern. So the sound went out in New York, and I was working with just the stage wedges pointing at me, bouncing them off the back wall to 1,500 people while they tried to fix the sound. So I had to like freestyle some bullshit on stage, and I remember that, and that was cool. But the only other bits that I remember are where I've gone like, and scene inside of my own mind and gone, here I am, I'm walking back to the baseline and we're about to have fun. We're playing foot tennis and we're going to try and make it beautiful. And I get the sense, this is where the success thing comes in, that I don't know if this is true. Maybe it gets you from 100% of performance to 150 or 101, or maybe it gets you to 95 or even 90. But regardless of that plane of success, outcome-based stuff, it's like, how much more presence and how much more joy and awareness have you got of what's going on? And ultimately, why are you doing these things? Presumably, you're trying to achieve success to create some sort of an emotional state that is sufficiently enjoyable for it to be worthwhile. Or else, why would you be doing it? Like, even if you ask the why question enough times, it ends up being like, because it feels good. It's like, why do you need money to get the house, to get the car, to get the girl, because it makes me feel nice and enough. And you're like, well, what if you could access that more directly by just going, fuck, I'm here.
This might be the best point of the video. So it's like, we have things that we want, right? And we want those things because deep down, they're going to make us feel good, although we probably don't realize that that's why we want them. We feel like we just want them because we want them, but really we want them because we're going to feel good if we get them. But the thing is that the only person who's decided what makes you feel good is actually you. It's not a law, a universal law like gravity that's set in stone. Like for instance, and here's an example I've given a lot of times, but let's say I walk up to you and I punch you in the face as hard as I could. You'd be really angry and you would hate me. Yeah, cool, understandable. I would hate you too. But then let's say that earlier on in the day, you had read that there's an eccentric billionaire. He's eccentric and he's a strange guy. Young black man, quite muscular. And here's the thing, he's got all these billions, but he wants to do good in the world. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna walk up to a random person, clock them in the face, and that person is gonna inherit half his wealth. Now, if I punched you in the face that day, you would be really happy because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna become a billionaire. Now it's the same thing. I have punched you in the face, but in one instance, you've decided that me punching you in the face means disrespect, pain, hospital, humiliation, etc. In the other, you've decided that it means wealth, abundance, your family being looked after, female attention, leaving a legacy for your kids, holidays to Aruba, homes all around the world, Ferraris, private jets. You've decided it means all of that, and now because of that you're happy. And it's like, well, you can actually choose, because right now there is some person who is like, trying to get into the UK or to America or whatever country you're actually in as you watch this. And this person is from a developing nation where the amount that they earn is so small that minimum wage here is like, oh my gosh, OMG, that is incredible. I've got minimum wage. And it's the point I'm making. Well, it's all a choice, because for you, it's like minimum wage is minimum wage. It's like, ugh, there's nothing special. Like, I want to be Mr. Millionaire, but to them, you're the millionaire. I spend time in Bali around people who earn about 300 American dollars a month. To them, I'm a millionaire, right? And those people are happy with what they got. Here's the crazy thing. Those people in Bali, they're happy with what they've got. They're not even miserable about it. They're very happy with the little that they have, which is really inspirational. Like the locals in Bali, like they're good people and they don't want for anything because it's all a choice. You don't need millions. You don't need women. You just need to be all right in here. And from what I've learned, being all right in here basically means spending time with yourself, because like you're on YouTube now, probably on YouTube for a little bit of procrastination. But why are you procrastinating? Because there's a feeling that you don't want to face, right? You don't want to face that fear. But if you actually face it, just sit alone with yourself and face it, right? I do that a lot. So like literally yesterday I was sitting and I felt like this anxiety, and I'm facing the anxiety. I'm like, look, this anxiety is fear. It comes from me, and I love you, Kieran, so I'm loving you through this anxiety. But just so we are clear, right? Just so we are clear, this anxiety does not represent us at all. We are better than this. So I love the part of me that generated this anxiety, but this anxiety does not belong here. It's not welcome. And you face it. And there we go. But anyway, that is it. I think we're basically at the end of this video. It seems like a good place to end it anyway. Merci beaucoup for watching. I appreciate you. Why? Because you could be doing anything. You don't have to be here with me. You don't have to be, but you are. And I appreciate that. Even if you're watching because you think this guy's an idiot, well, you're still helping me in the algorithm, so merci beaucoup. And this has been an episode, a video, good reaction video. If you like the cut of my jib, right, if you're listening to me talk, you're like, I like this man, this chocolate-skinned Homo sapien with the jawline. I like this guy. Well, join, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I'd like to know what you think, and if you've struggled with anything that I've spoken about here, you know, enjoying yourself, being process and goal oriented in the sexual experience rather than just actually accepting it for what it is. Things like this. And thank you for your time. Oh, also, join my Substack as well. There's a link in the description.